All right, guys, we are moving on to something new today in math, and I'm really excited about it. I do know it's a lot easier to teach it to you in person. So I'm actually going to do a video of just that, a little bit different than the videos we've been doing. We're going to do our math message and mental math like we have been, but our actual math lesson for today is going to be done by me on a whiteboard because we're going to be jumping into the world of two-digit subtraction today. And with two-digit subtraction, sometimes we run into a little problem in our ones place. And I want to teach you what you can do when you run into that problem. But before we do that, let's warm our brains up a little bit. I need for you to go ahead and grab your whiteboard and dry erase marker or paper and pencil so that you can write the expanded form number models for these numbers that I'm about to give you. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to go grab those things. And also remember, you can pause the video between each one if you need some more time. Uh, Great thing about the videos. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Our first number is 257. Go ahead and write the expanded form number model for 257. I am going to move quickly, so pausing after I give you the number might be a really good idea. All right, you should have that number written as 200 plus 50 plus 7. All right, let's take a look at another one, 358. Write the number 358 in expanded form. Okay, the number you should have written should be 300 plus 50 plus 8. I should say number model, more than just one number. Great job. Let's move on to level 2. Write the number in expanded form. Your next number is 508. There is more than one way to write 508. And if you wrote one of these two ways, you are correct. You could have written 500 plus 8, or we could have held that tens place and said 500 plus 0 plus 8. Let's take a look at our next one, 876. Go ahead and write that number in expanded form. If you wrote the number model that I'm about to reveal, then you are correct. 800 plus 70 plus 6. Level 2, success. Moving on to level 3. All right, write this number in expanded form. Woo, we got some big ones here. We are in the thousands, but you got this. If you can do two-digit, if you can do three-digit, then you can definitely do four-digit. You know how to do it. Just adding an extra number in the front, adding those thousands in there. I know there's a lot of zeros, so you have two options here. Might be best to use those zeros to hold your place so you don't get confused where that 9 is supposed to be. But let's take a look. 1,000 plus 90 would be one way, or 1,000 plus 0 plus 90 plus 0 would be another way. Either are correct. And our last one, 2007. It's another big one. We have four digits here, so we're going to have four numbers in our expanded form, but there is another way to do it. If we have zeros, we don't always have to include those zeros. All right, you should have that number model written down. Let's take a look. 2,000 plus 7 is one way, or 2,000 plus 0 plus 0 plus 7. Excellent. Great job. All right, we're going to move on to our mental, that was our mental math. We're going to move on to our math message. You're also going to need your paper or whiteboard for this one. I need for you to use your base 10 blocks, drawing them, squares, longs, and cubes for our flats, our longs, and our cubes. And I want you to show me the number 221. at least 3 different ways. There is more than one way to just write 221. Let's see what you can come up with. Remember, our hundreds are just a large square, our longs or tens are just a straight line, and our ones or our cubes are a small square. No need to get fancy here. You are definitely going to need to pause the video. You're going to need a few minutes to do this. And when you're ready, unpause and we'll talk about the answers you came up with. You're making the number 221 using base 10 blocks 3 different ways. All right, guys, if you are listening to me right now, it means you already have your ways written down. Do you? I sure hope so. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to exit out of these. We're going to come on over here. And here are 3 different ways that I came up with. Okay, we have this one, which is probably the first one that many of us did. 2 flats, 2 longs, and 1 cube, 221. The next one is we have 1 flat, and we have 12 longs, and we have our 1 cube. Also 221. And then we have our 2 flats, our 1 long, and our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cubes or ones. All 3 of these are showing the number 221. The one on the top is showing the simplest form using the least amount of blocks. What we did in the second one is we took this flat and we split it into 10 longs. And what we did here is we took the 1 long and we split it into 10 cubes. Remember, you can do that with flats and with longs, and it actually is going to be part of what's going to help us with our subtraction. If I were to write expanded form number models to match these blocks, the top one would be our 200 plus 20 plus 1. Our middle one would be 100 plus 120 plus 1. And our bottom one would be 200 plus 10 plus 11. They're all going to give us the answer of 221. Of course, we always want to try and use the least amount of blocks possible, but sometimes when we need to do something like subtraction, we need to break down 100 into tens, or we need to break a 10 into ones. And I'm going to show you how that works and what we do with that in subtraction in our main video. I'll see you there, guys.